Hi there. In this lecture we see Mikhail Tal against Semenkin in 1954, the Riga Championship. C4 for Mikhail Tal, the English opening, and we have the Dutch defence in return. Knight c3, knight f6, g3, e5, bishop g2, and it transposes now to a kind of variation of the English opening. e3, c6, knight g, e2, both sides castle, king h8, d4, e4. Now d5, so preventing black from setting up d5 himself, d6, and now an interesting undermining move, f3. One slight downside potentially, if the black pieces were active enough, would be to try and exploit this pawn, but it's very, very difficult to do that here. We see rook e8, b3, knight g4 is played. It turns out here, objectively, there is an interesting way of playing this to dissolve this weakness. Tal actually played bishop takes g4, which is very, very interesting, but h3 is also kind of interesting. If the bishop is allowed to stay on the board, we can actually play d takes and e4 to dissolve that issue, and white should stand pretty well here. It's pretty comfortable. But bishop takes g4 is a more radical approach. We have f takes, knight e4 now, very, very interesting move indeed. So preventing bishop f6, discouraging it. We have knight d7. If queen b6 hitting e3, then actually, can you see what white could play in this position? If I give you 5 seconds, this didn't happen, but say black was trying to dissuade bishop b2, we can actually play, I'm about to reveal c5. Yeah, this is just so strong, this position. And then we can even get in bishop b2 and protect the pawn with bishop d4. This would be a huge position. And there's even amazing tactical ideas here. Once we have this kind of interference pawn, which splits the opponent's position in half, this tactic works extremely well with queen d5. For example, check, queen h5, and black is running out of defensive resource. The queen is attacking the rook, and it's pretty desperate. This is total, desperate position, because if rook f8, the black king just gets mated here. For example, like this, and the black king's getting mated. So if queen b5, white can nudge that queen with knight d4, nudge it away from e8. So that will be losing the queen. And if queen d7 here, then knight takes c5. So all in all, yeah, it is like this runs into something very horrible, basically. So knight d7 is played, bishop b2, knight f6, and here, guess what Tal plays? Simple and strong. It's a marvellous position. It doesn't really matter at all about this pawn. The king is more important here for sure. We just play knight g5. Yeah, threatening knight f7. Very, very sweet and simple. Rook f8, and now a very, very sweet and simple move here. Can you wonder what Tal plays correctly? What did Tal play in this position for 100 points? Yeah, just the queen move, queen c2. We just need to knock out the defender next with either bishop takes or rook takes, and then we've got queen takes h7 mate. And black kind of has difficulty parrying this stuff and didn't want to play g6, which would result in an absolute pin of the f6 knight. And that, in general, that would be a total disaster. But this is also a disaster. So let's just have a look at this one. So Tal to play here. What do you think Tal plays in this position, which is really quite crushing? It's actually really, really crushing. 100 points. Beautiful stuff. It's actually rook takes f6. So we're threatening now mate, which needs to be extinguished. So we have h takes. But now it's a forced checkmate. Can you work it out here for 100 points? The forced checkmate sequence. The power of the pin, piece or pawn is illusionary. This is one of my favourite mottos. And here we've got a potential pin. If we calculate, if we check all the checks, you know, captures and major threats like threats of mate in 1 or 2, hopefully we can see that this check is available because of that pinned pawn. So king g8, queen h7 check, and now the super accurate move to be played here is, for 50 points, what would you play? For the super accurate move, the game ender, yeah? Queen g6, drag the king back to be mated on g7. That's much stronger than queen takes g7, even though this is winning. We want to finish the games quickly and efficiently in general. So queen g6 does that. It drags the king back. This black resigned, but if the king goes back, then queen takes g7 is checkmate. So yeah, a very, very nice game. Tal seems to be able to transform even the positional openings, the English opening, into being about the opponent's king. I mean, I'm sure a lot of players, they wouldn't have such a ferocious attacking potential that Tal created in this game. It is kind of magical. Tal was known as the magician from Riga, and this is kind of magical how a positional opening, yeah, with bishop takes g4, perhaps this is a key kind of choice by opening the f file, is making it more about the opponent's king than, say, a more positional continuation, which might be around pawn structure. The more positional continuation to try and preserve the bishop is more about pawn structure, in a way, you know, probing d6. But Tal is interested in the king, and for me, as a Kingscrusher, I kind of admire this approach, just going for the king and preventing bishop f6. Black certainly doesn't want to play bishop f6 here. We'd take and play bishop b2. So, you know, this is just very, very nice stuff, how things are aligned to, you know, key soft spots around the opponent's king now. So after knight g5, gaining a big, big tempo for queen c2. Black is in huge difficulties here, huge. So yes, a crushing continuation. Rook takes f6. Lovely, juicy exploitation of the pin for mating here. That would have been the logical end, but the game ended here, queen g6. I hope you enjoyed this one as much as me. Thanks very much. Hi there. Thanks for getting to the end of the YouTube video. If you would like to see other Mikhail Tal games, I actually have an amazing course for Mikhail Tal, which is currently at 4.9 with over 400 students. You can check this out from the Kingscrusher TV page. So Chess Strategy and Tactics, Mikhail Tal's amazing games. You can check out some free preview videos as well here. If you do expand all sections, you can see the preview links to get some free previews. So I hope you do check out this course index and the free previews. So I really had a thrilling time actually checking out Mikhail Tal's games. So yeah, the YouTube video here you saw was just a sample from this course. I hope you check it out. Okay, thanks so much. Oh, by the way, comments, questions, likes, shares, all appreciated. And if you did get to this, you know, part of the video, please do leave some sort of comment like Tal fan. Okay, thanks again.